Hey, welcome to everyone. This series is part of Mesa Reef DAO QF round. We are really grateful with RSI, with Gitcoin, and with Arbitrum. Where is that round running? And yeah, essentially, this is a round of many conservation actions in coral reef ecosystems, basically restoration activities. And we have a guest here. We have Kaith. She's an artist, and he has been quite involved in marine conservation, particularly in a program that is based in Cozumel. And she's quite exploring a little bit of NFTs, and all these Web3 elements to incorporate them in her art. So she just applied. She just decided to apply. I was quite a little pushy. You should apply your art here because yeah, it's a new technology. You should experiment this. And yeah, I just aboard her a little bit. But she did everything, So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here, Kaith. We would love to learn more about your project itself, and what are your passion, your ideals, how you see the world of conservation, how do you see the coral reef restoration initiatives, and what do you think about the Web3 component. We should start with a couple of questions, but at first glance we really would love to know, who are you, and yeah, who are you?
Yeah, hi, Rhoda. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm really, really happy to be part of this. And I'm actually a ceramic artist, and I always felt like a strong connection with nature, and especially with the oceans. And my project is Reef Memory, that brings together like art, science, and care for the environment to help save the oceans. And I wanted to build something special for oceans, to help undermarine life to survive, to build new houses for fishes, for beings, and this is like happened to me in Cozumel, and so um, I just want to help to save our oceans. Like, okay, I will just cut this. My mind or something there. Like, yeah. Or I can hear you. Actually, I can hear you.
Yeah, no worries. You want to save the oceans with restoration activities and with clay structures,
So I create like coral reefs. This is coral sculpture that I place under the water that support coral's growth and give marine animals a new home. And this project addresses a serious problem that coral reefs are dying fast because of pollution, climate change, and human activity. And yeah, I'm just building like ceramic reefs to help nature to recover, and to raise awarenesses how it's important to save our reefs, and how it's important to support support undermarine life, because we are all connected to this.
Whoa, that's really beautiful. So, what is your inspiration? You said because the reefs were dying, and okay, you're a diver. You start to dive, and how was your engagement with the ocean since the early days? Just decide to, okay, I need to explore a little bit myself in the ocean, and I would love the people I will support the people that are quite involved in restoration activities. And you are an artist, you are really good with your hands, in clay and sculptures. So what inspires you the most, to start doing the things that you're doing?
I think it was like a impulse from my heart that I always wanted to help the oceans, and I just wanted to make this manifest. And like when I met some people in Mexico, because I started to build these sculptures in Mexico. And when I came to Cozumel, I just met amazing people. They were supporting me, and I felt more motivated, And I just did my diving license there, so I'm kind of a new diver. And yeah, so I just like to. For me, it was like the best part, seeing like a real impact of this project, and like how fishes now like swimming near my sculptures. And yeah, I was also inspired by people there, by working with marine biologists and people who care about oceans, like yeah. So, and for me, this is the most beautiful things that I can get from this project. And yeah, and I feel that we can, and hope that we can a real
A tiny
different,
piece of hope. Yeah.
yeah, like difference together. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
with a different perspective. That's awesome because, for example, many restoration activities and conservation itself is quite involving more individuals through citizen science, And okay, since if you're on a trench, what can you do in your trench that could help the oceans, in
yeah.
terms of conservation? So what other gratifying aspects have you quite experimented in this project, particular Reef Memory, apart to be surrounded by multidisciplinary people, in the Cosmo Coral Conservatory that are quite represented by many NGOs, because it's a coalition. What other aspects you find it as a being, to be part of?
Uh-huh. Yeah, as I told you, like the best part of this project is to see a real impact, and just to like feel and that I am doing something special, and see there like people around me who's like really care about this, like, and working with you and with community, with the divers, with the volunteers, with biologists, with real professionals, and just learn from them. And yeah, just to share this knowledge to the world. And yeah, it was like it was my first project like this, and I hope that it will continue. And yeah, I'm if we will speak about next steps.
Yeah.
I just want to create more reefs, and I just want to set up it all around the world. Yeah, just to spread and raise awarenesses about reefs, about this problem. And yeah, just to do uh, something really meaningful for meaningful,
Yeah,
mindful.
meaningful and mindful for you and for the reef,
For our planet. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So you said that you want to scale on a higher level, to put some clay structures in many places of the world, representative places, hope spots. We just got it that way, But what could be the potential challenges that you are thinking of, or what are the challenges to successfully scale,
Yeah, it was like to find like proper clay, because in Mexico I was surprised that there is no like a really like a good clay, like a high fired clay that I used to use in my work.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, and also transportation, because I it took me 30 hours to go by bus to deliver these sculptures to Cozumel. And
Yeah, I remember that you told me that.
yeah, and so it was like the big challenges, I think for me it was like to see on the first weeks how sculpture will behave underwater, because it's salty water, and I never used this clay before, because um, yeah, it's something new and we never know how it will work, but it works. And now my sculptures underwater almost 1.5 months, and they are like okay there. And we planted some corals on this, and corals also growing, and fishes are so interested, just swimming through. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, it's necessary to build new kind of substrates, in coral restoration, because, for example, Colleen Flanagan, your tutor or your mentor, have been quite experimented in substrates for a long time. And right now, these days, we have known that many initiatives are putting all the efforts in create nano materials, or biomaterials. They fuse usually clay with other elements in chemistry, in labs to make more suitable clay structures. Are you quite interested to explore to create? Because I believe that the key element, to put marine structures with clay is good, yeah, but you need to potentially create crossovers of synergies with institutions that, structures in the, many labs usually create structures that are so, square minded, or are so like, normal structures, but you have the ability to put the artistic component of it. So I believe that it would be quite good to contact research labs that are working in biomaterials to coral reef restoration, to scale your effort, because you need to be quite backed by science. That's really sad, but yeah, it's necessary. And it is awesome. I really love the structures that you're creating, because they're like flowers, and are like pillars. We have one extinct coral species in the Caribbean that is called pillar coral, Dendrogyra cylindrus, and it's quite extinct. They resemble those lovely colonies that resemble like a cathedral, in their environment. So it's really awesome to see that you're quite eager to explore more in this field. It's awesome, because your traditional work has been quite into publicity, isn't it? Into digital arts a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And editorial and marketing and all that. And you're quite eager to explore more into your artistic side of things, in arts, because you're feeling good, supporting the environment with these actions, with sculptures. It's your part of your expression and your creativity. So we just talk a lot about Web3 and what are NFTs, how do you think that the Reef Memory could fit in this new environment of social Web3 communities, using blockchain, using tokenizing art, for example? How do you feel that it could help you to scale, you know? Because we're using the blockchain, to create this round. How do you see that will scale your initiative using these technologies?
I created like NFT just for people to support this project, and also like for people who is buying NFT. It's like ideas that we will just plant new corals on my sculptures, and yeah, just to make awarenesses about this project. And like people will have a special special um, something special. Yeah, like something
A special bond or connection.
yeah, a special connection to this. They can just print this digital art and place it in a wall, just to
Mhm.
feel connection. And yeah.
That's awesome. And I believe that for artists involving conservation, that's a use case to use blockchain. It's part of our framework that, for example, the framework of Masaryk DAO and the framework of many initiatives in the field that, okay, how can we create NFTs to create awareness and to empower individuals in local communities? Because you have noticed that you have been traveling around the world, not necessarily in conservation of coral reefs, but usually the people are quite not do not have a proper identity, about the resources that they have, about all the beauty that is in their oceans, for example. And, tokenizing or creating proper incentives using NFTs, it could be a good way to create more identity, using a new technology, because blockchain is a new technology. Anyone could use blockchain to do good things for conservation or to create extractive practices in conservation, and basically we would love to create regenerative processes, in conservation, because we to close the loop, because many projects usually, apply for grants and apply for everything, but they do not close the loop, and they need to start applying to grants, to operate. It would be good to create proper systems that, okay, with NFTs you could gain a fractional revenue if you support a cause, for example, coral reef conservation. And we as Mason Reef DAO, and I think that you could apply that too, and we could support you in that. We could build something regarding that, because your art, you know, many people usually connect with art, children, the youth itself, elders that are quite eccentric and really would love to support causes, with huge impact, like you said. So I believe that it will be quite awesome to see how your project evolves, because be quiet, you're really a brave woman, I really appreciate your
Thank you.
courage and all that. Yeah. So I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
So would you like to add something, regarding your Reef Memory, regarding how do you see the project in 5 years? Or
I dream that I will place as many reefs as I can create, and I feel that I can do it actually, and I want to just to cover maybe 60 countries with my Reef Memory project, and also like collaborate with others, artists and marine biologists, and yeah, so just like to place as many core ceramic reefs as possible, and just to see how they can just change and just to make awarenesses about this problem, and yeah, doing something beautiful for this.
yeah, that's awesome, because for example, I just noticed that when we just had the opportunity to be in Southeastern Asia last year, Southeast Asia, and there were many people that are quite eager to explore this technology. So if you go to that side of the world, I think that we should connect with other individuals that are basically doing the same thing,
Yeah,
in terms of coral restoration programs and all that, to because they need support, and in terms of spreading the knowledge or creating prototypes for restoration. So it's really good. But did you start something in Kosovo? I think that you need to put more structures there, and to explore what you can build.
yeah,
But it's so
exactly.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was like experiment, because when I started, I didn't know like as a biologist, because I don't know, like, and I would just to follow my intuition, how I want to do this, how I
That's awesome.
want to do this, and now I have more ideas how I can just to attract more fishes for them to hide in my pieces, and yeah, so make it more useful for for a different kind of fishes and marine beings.
Life. Yeah.
Because like for the future project, I'm sure that we will communicate with a biologist, and I will just ask and see how I can and what I need to apply into my pieces, and so what kind of shape, and yeah, because we read it in Cozumel, and now when we installed this, we realized some things that I can improve, because I'm doing my pieces hand building and not using like machine or something like this, because I believe that this is like my energy, and so like
Yeah, it's meaningful, it's meaningful because it's all the energy that you have in your creativity,
yeah,
you put it on the sculpture and then leave it in the ocean,
yeah.
to flourish life itself.
Yeah, of course. Like I will just do before start next project, and next project will be in Portugal, in Azores Island, and so yeah, of course. Like I will communicate with our team, with you also, just to create something more
Meaningful.
meaningful. Yes, and yeah. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Azores Islands. It's a complex of islands, in Portugal.
Yeah,
Azores.
in the middle between.
Yeah, in the middle between. Yeah, that's awesome. So I believe that this talk is going to finish, but if you want to add something, is the time to do that.
I think we
Support
are
me.
okay.
Okay, we're okay. So thank you so much for everyone to have this tiny light talk with Kate, and we hope to see you soon. And we have more videos, we have more videos, like 4 or 3, and we are going to share all the highlights, of the project as soon as possible. And yeah, we'd love to thank RSI, Gitcoin, and all the members of Master DAO, and because this was quite an experiment, because we just had a workshop on a congress, refutures, and then okay, we should decide to do this, to gain credibility, because many people or many conservationists or many artists, they don't believe that you could do things like this using the technology. So it's to create awareness of it. It's a tool, a part of all the speculation, a part of everything. It's a tool that we could fund what it matters. That's the Gitcoin uh, theme. Fund what it matters. Fund the things that you really support. So thank you so much.